my channel. In this video I am going to explain optimal code generation for expressions and dynamic programming based code generation techniques. Optimal code generation for expressions. Here we are going to generate optimal target code for the given expression. Optimal target code means whose cost is minimal, whose instruction cost is minimal, as minimum as possible. That is called optimized code. So how to generate optimal target code for a given expression means to calculate the optimization base point, we will use a numbering scheme called Ershov numbers. So based on Ershov numbers, we are going to find minimum number of registers required to generate target code for any given expression. So this concept depends on numbering scheme called Ershov numbering scheme. So come to the concept. Here we introduce a numbering scheme for all nodes of an expression tree that allows us to generate optimal code for an expression tree when there is a fixed number of registers with which to evaluate the expression. So how to define this numbering scheme means, first we have to write the expression tree. Expression tree means syntax tree. So after writing syntax tree, for each node we have to represent a label or a number called Ershov number that defines how many minimum number of registers required to compute that node or to translate that node or sub expression into the target code. So here our assumption is we're assuming that we have limited number of registers, so we have to optimize the code in terms of registers so that the optimal target code will be generated for the given expression. So by this method we can choose registers optimally when a basic block consists a single expression evaluation. So this technique is applied when the basic block contains single expression. How to define Ershov numbers? To translate a given expression into target code, first you have to write the 3 address code, and from this 3 address code you have to generate syntax tree. See the syntax tree of this expression or of this 3 address code, and after obtaining the syntax tree, for each node we have to assign a label. For each node, either leaf node, interior node, root node, or whatever node, we have to assign a leaf node that we have to assign a number, Ershov number label that represents the minimum number of registers required to process this sub expression, to process this subtree. Is represented. So like this we have to compute the label for each and every node, and finally we will compute what is the minimum number of registers required to translate the total expression into target code. So accordingly we will follow. So first we will see what is Ershov number. We begin by assigning a number to the nodes of expression tree. That means we will take the expression tree. For each and every node of the expression tree, we will try to assign a number that tells how many registers, minimum registers are needed to evaluate that node without storing any temporaries. This number is called Ershov for each node of the syntax tree is shown below. Rule number 1 is label any leaf by 1. That means the leaf node label is always 1. The leaf node Ershov number is always taken as 1, like this. Second point, the label of an interior node with one child is the label of its child. The second case says that if the node is interior node with only one child, there is an interior node with only one child, then its label is nothing but its child label. Its child label will be taken as label of the interior node. The third rule says that label of interior node with two children. If the interior node consists of two children, two child nodes, then how to compute the interior node Ershov number called label is defined here. According to option A, where the labels of the children are different. So interior node consists of two child nodes, and those child nodes labels are different. In that case, we will take the largest label of its children. That means if the interior node consists of two children whose labels are different, in that case the largest of the labels of its children is the label of interior node. The second option is if the labels of child nodes are same, the interior node having two children, two child nodes whose labels are same, in that case what is the concept means 1 plus child node label is the interior node label. So 1 plus the label of its children is the label of the interior node. So try to apply those rules. So first point, label is always 1, label of leaf node is always 1 by the rule number 1. Next we have to compute the interior node values. So it is the interior node and matches rule number 3, having two children labels are same. In that case it matches to rule number 3a. That means we have to add 1 to the child label. So child label is 1, and plus 1 means the label of this interior node is 2. Here only two child are there and whose label is same, so it will be 1 plus 1, and now it will be, see here, two child nodes are there, one child is E. For this subtree the child node is E1 whose label is 1, and another child is there whose label is 2. So it says about case number 3a. So the label of this node will be largest label of its children. What is largest label? 2. It will become 2. So like this we have to compute the Ershov number for each node. And here the root node Ershov number will be left child is 2, right child is 2. So 2 plus 1 will become 3. So by this process you can find the minimum number of registers required to translate this total expression into target code is 3 registers. So accordingly we will write the code. So this tree can also be represented in this form. Here instead of using operators we can represent the temporary variables also. Both will give the same effect. Next, steps to generate the target code. We will try to apply them. So while writing target code, first we have to write the target code, and from this readdress code we are going to write the corresponding target code, and we have found SO number of root node is 3. That means we should use 3 number of registers for optimal code generation. Optimal target code generation for the given expression, we should use 3 number of registers. So I am using R1, R2, R3 only. And see here translation process. T1 is translated into this form. So load R1, load A into R1, load B into R2, thereafter subtract R2 from R1, store the result into R1. So this is completed. Translate second statement, T2 equal to C plus D. So load C into R2, load D into R3, and add R2 and R3 and store the result into R2. Next, third one, E into T2. So load E into R3 and T2 means C plus D is already in R2, so use that. So apply multiplication between R3 and R2 and result will be loaded into R3. And finally this one, T1 plus T3, and means A minus B plus this one sub expression I am going to add by this one, add R3, R1, R3. That means I am going to add R1 and R3. What is R1? R1 means A minus B. What is R3? Earlier one. R3 is T3. So after adding, I am going to transfer the result into register R3. So this is the optimal code generation for the given expression using Ershov numbers. Next topic, dynamic programming code generation. Dynamic programming based target code generation. What is dynamic programming? So dynamic programming is used for solving optimization problems. We have a number of problem solving techniques like divide and conquer, greedy method, dynamic programming. This dynamic programming is used for solving optimization problems. Optimization problems means that looks for either minimum results or maximum results. So we are going to look for minimum instruction cost. Our target is generating target code whose instruction cost is minimum. So we can apply dynamic programming technique here. In this technique, we will try to find out all possible solutions and then pick up the best one. So try to find out all possible solutions and pick up the best one. So for this process, the expression is translated into DAG representation. So given expression is translated into DAG expression, DAG representation, directed acyclic graph, and we will try to define the labels for each node of the DAG so that we can calculate minimum cost, optimized cost of generating such target code for the given subtree. How this will be done means, see here, like earlier Ershov numbers, here also we are going to do the same. So for the given expression, first generate the DAG. So here DAG looks like syntax tree because there is no simplification here. There is no common sub expressions. So after this, what we have to do is we have to find the all possible options. Say suppose option 1 is 0, option 2 is 1, option 3 cost is 1 suppose. So I am going to find all possible methods of generating target code for this subtree. Accordingly, I will find the all possible combinations of each and every node or subtree translation in target code. That means here for each node we will have a collection of values called vector. So we are going to compute cost vector for each node. So cost computing is done based on dynamic programming strategy. For a given choice, we will look at all possible combinations. For a given choice, we will look at all possible combinations and adopt the one which has the least value to reduce the overall instruction cost. That means we are going to generate cost vector for each node of the DAG representation. DAG is a directed acyclic graph which is nothing but abstract representation of syntax tree that is used for optimization of expressions. By this DAG we can also find common sub-expressions available in the expression, total expression. So DAG is a abstract brief representation of the syntax tree. So syntax tree, write the syntax tree and try to brief it. Means avoid repetition of nodes or avoid common subtrees. That is called DAG. The algorithm for generating target code is shown below. The dynamic programming algorithm proceeds in 3 phases. We are assuming that we are having R number of registers in this mission, and we are going to analyze this method, dynamic programming based target code generation, with a mission of having R registers, R number of registers. First step, compute an array C of costs in bottom-up approach for each node of the expression tree. So first step is compute an array of costs, cost vector, an array C of costs in bottom-up approach for each node n of the expression tree. So for the each and every node of the expression tree or syntax tree or DAG, we are going to compute a cost vector. The cost vector is a collection of values, and in which one of them, ith component, will be the optimal cost. Second step, traverse tree using the cost vectors to determine which subtrees of T must be computed into memory. So based on the cost vectors, we will determine which subtrees of tree must be computed into memory. Finally, traverse each tree using the cost vectors and generate associated instructions to produce the target code. Is a 3 steps algorithm. Here the cost of computing a node n may include instructions like load, store, and operators like add, subtract, multiply also. We'll take an example. Consider a mission having 2 registers R0 and R2. So actually dynamic programming says that we have to find all possible solutions. If I take the register number high, I could observe number of options, more number of options. It will be difficult. So for the sake of simplification, I have taken only 2 registers R0 and R1, and each instruction may be like load instruction, means loading a memory content into a register, or operation instruction means add, subtract, multiply, like that. It may include operands, registers, as well as memory operands. And load instruction, loading data from one register to another register, and store instruction, storing the content of register into another memory location. So for the sake of simplification, I am taking unit cost instructions. That means this instruction cost is 1. This instruction cost is also 1. This instruction cost also 1. So like this, whatever the instruction being addressed here, whose cost is 1, that is called unit cost instructions. So by taking these assumptions, we are going to observe, we are going to find out all possible combinations and try to find the optimal solution. We will compute cost vector of interior node by starting at leaves. So to compute cost vector of each and every node of this tree, we start from leaf, because the interior node cost vector requires its child node cost vector values, suppose. So for that reason we start from leaf and we take 3 categories. 1, when there are no registers, when there is 1 register, and when there are 2 registers. We are going to observe the possible costs. We take one expression a minus b plus c into d by e. So to translate this, first we have to construct the syntax tree or DAG. Here syntax tree, DAG both are same, because here there are no common sub expressions or subtrees in the expression. So it is, the DAG is equal to syntax tree. For that reason I am using syntax tree word here. So after that, try to compute cost vector for each and every node. For each and every node by observing or by considering 3 points. Point number 1, with there are no registers, there are 1 register, and there are 2 registers. Try to compute the values. So I am going to compute leaf node cost vector. How this is? See here, cost calculation at leaf nodes. I have taken 3 categories. See the category 1. Cost of moving a variable with no register is 0. That means to compute this node, I have to move this A operand A into the register. The first case is with no register, means this operand is already in register. No need to move this, no need to use another instruction for moving operand A into the register. So whose cost is 0. The second is 1 register is available. I have to move this operand into that register. Then I can use 1 instruction, so whose cost is 1. The third case is 2 registers available. I have to choose one of them so that this operand A is moved to that register. So the category 1 cost is 0. Category 2, cost of moving a variable with 1 register is 1, means we have only 1 register is available. I am going to move that operand into that register only, whose instruction cost is 1. Third category, moving a variable with 2 registers. 2 registers available. I have to select 1 register from those 2 and move that operand into that register, whose cost is also 1. So the cost of leaf nodes, the cost vector of leaf nodes will be 0, 1, 1 as addressed here. So for each and every leaf node, the cost vector remains same. So after this, we have to extend this logic to compute cost vector of interior node that reside one level up to the leaf node. Like this I have to compute. You will see that the cost calculation at leaf but one node. The first category, computing this with no registers. Here there are multiple options. I can go through this kind of code, suppose same thing, same category. I have 2 sub options. I have to choose the best one. MJ, operand MJ into register RI, and apply the operator whatever in general between register and memory operand. and store the result into RI, and finally the result is moved to MJ memory location. So I'm using 3 registers whose cost is 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. So total cost is 3 for this option 1. If I go through second option, suppose second option means I can also write the code like this also. Here I am going to use 4 instructions. Here both operands are moved to registers. Thereafter the corresponding operator is applied and the result is going to be moved to memory location. Here I am using 4 instructions whose cost is 4. So category 1, that means computing this using no registers, can be done by 2 methods. We will choose the best one, that is minimum. So minimum of 3, 4 is equal to 3. So up to now I have computed category 1 value of this cost vector of this interior node or this subtree. So to compute this subtree, if I follow category 1 with no registers, the cost will be 2. In this way I have to compute with 1 register, with the 2 registers also. See here, second value, second category is computing with 1 register. Here I am having 2 options. If I go through option 1, the cost will be 2. If I go through option 2, the cost will be 4. I am taking minimum of 2, 4 whose value is 2. Third category means with 2 registers. Here also 2 options are there. The first option cost is 2, second option cost is 4. I am taking the minimum value is 2. So accordingly I have written the cost vector of interior node 3, 2, 2. That means the cost of computing this subtree, the cost of translating this subtree into target code may be done maybe 3 to 2. Means there are 3 categories of there are 3 possibilities. If I go through possibility 1, the cost is 3. If I go to the second possibility, the cost is instruction cost is 2. If I go through possibility 3, the instruction cost is 2. So like this we are trying to find all possible combinations of translating this subtree into target code, and we are trying to pick up the best one. So here also same. So apply this logic into the next levels. Means here I will get 5, 5, 4. Here I will get 8, 8, 4. That means to translate this total expression into target code, if I go through option 1 or category 1, the cost is 8. If I go through category 2, the cost is also 8. If I go through category 3, the cost will be 7. So these are the different possible combinations of costs. The best one is 7. So I can generate optimal target code for this expression with a cost of 7 is the final decision. So minimum cost of evaluating root node with 2 registers is defined here. So I am getting 8. See here, 8, 8, 7. So I am finding the best one is 7. So I should use 7 instructions to translate this target code, this intermediate code into target code. Final solution we will see. The expression is a minus b plus c into d by e. The target code is shown here. Before writing the target code, it is traditional to write the intermediate code, and after that writing the diagram representation and defining cost vector of each minimum cost, and already we have obtained the minimum cost is 7. So you have to use 7 instructions only to generate the target code, and this can be done in different ways also. That means I can translate first a minus b and thereafter d by e and after c into d by, like that. So I'm taking one option here. See, first I'm going to compute d by e. Instead of a minus b, I'm going to compute d by e is given here. So this is the code for that. So up to this is code. That means load c, that is c into r1 r0. Next d, so I'm going to compute d by e here. So load d into r1 and apply division operation between r1 and e. That means d by e I'm going to compute, result is going to be stored in r1. Thereafter multiply c into d by e. C already in r0, d by e is in r1. So I am going to multiply r0 and r1 and result will be stored into r0. So up to this we have completed c into d by e. Next I have to compute a minus b and add this results into the final result. So a minus b is coded here. Load a into r1 and subtract b from r1, means r1 minus b, and store the result into r1 and add these two, means earlier this one and this one result. So here the earlier c into d by e result is r0 is in r0 and a minus b the result is in r1. I am using that. So add these two, r1 and r0, and store the result into r1. So up to this, how many instructions we have used is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So whose cost is 7. Minimal cost is the optimal target code generation for the given expression using dynamic programming. So we observed different possibilities of writing target code, and we selected the best one, optimized method. So up to now we have completed code generation chapter unit 5 of unit 5. Thank you.